Well, thank you very much for inviting me. I'm representing the company ABB here today. And ABB is a very old company. We're celebrating this year our 125th anniversary. It is also a very complex company. I dare you to describe all the different things we do. Probably not many people are able to do that, including inside ABB. But this is precisely why I believe that we are a pivotal element in this alliance between energy and ICT. I will tell you why we think that we are a pivotal element in this alliance. I mean, first of all, in a nutshell, what we try to do. I will try to explain to you what we're doing. We produce all the equipment that you need to get an electron once it's produced via grids, transformer, substation to its use, so to its plug. We don't do that anymore. We don't build. No, we sold that off to now GE. Right? We don't produce. We don't make the stuff anymore that produces electricity. But once it's produced, that's our thing. And also, we produce all the stuff that you need to make the best use of the technologies in industry, in factories. We produce robots, we make motors, and we make, that's probably quite crucial, all the software, the control software that you need to steer industrial processes on the factory floor, in the steel plant, etc. That's quite complex. So why does that make us, in our opinion, perfectly adapted to take up the current smart energy challenge? We recently counted how many connected devices are being controlled by various softwares around the world. We came up with 70 million connected devices, which is quite a lot. And I guess somebody very smart once told me from the ICT industry, in order to be smart, first of all, you need data. And data we have, right? And I mean, those connected devices, what are they? They can be, for example, electric vehicle chargers. We make electric vehicle chargers. We don't have 70 million yet. We hope one day we'll have 70 million. They can be smart sensors in motors that tell you, about the speed of the motor, its potential problems. It can be sensors in ships, maritime vessels that go around the world where we make the electricity system. So a very wide range of electrical or of devices that either transform energy or transport energy or use energy. And this actually has been going on for a very long time. I mean, as I said, we're a very old company. And a lot of those devices are already connected in some kind of intranet. Not the internet, the intranet. And at the same time, of course, we are now at the verge of a revolution. It's been said before, and we believe this is the case. Why are we actually on the verge of revolution? We think there are three, well, there are probably more reasons, but there are three reasons. First of all, you have an incredible decrease of prices for sensors. You can actually nowadays put a lot of sensors everywhere. It doesn't cost much. Then, of course, you have the bandwidth, which will allow you to bring all the data that you generate from around the world. And you have the processing power for not that expensive of money that you need to actually analyze something, do something with that data. And so we saw that, and we think this is a huge business opportunity. We partnered up with Microsoft. We will use their cloud service, Azure, to get something collected. Well, we collect the data, then we'll analyze it, and that's then the big question. And what then? And this is probably why I like to stand here and talk with policymakers, because you can say, well, okay, great, this is happening, technological progress, you just do it. Why do you need policymakers for? We think in order to have a real smart energy system, first of all, you need to sense, and that we've done, and we will do that even better with the cheap sensors. You need to analyze, which we'll do increasingly. A lot of competitors also do that. A lot of ICT companies are venturing into the analysis of big data. But then you need to close the loop. You need to act. And this is, in our opinion, the crucial thing. So the famous automation thing, that the results you get from your analysis are then automatically feeding back into the system. That solar panels are being automatically activated or deactivated, or certain motors are being run faster or less fast, etc. And this is the crucial element, because we're talking here about a very old industry. Electricity grids Europe has the best electricity grid in the world, arguably, but it's quite old, right? And changing that requires policymakers. So let me just, to finalize, give you two examples where we think policymakers must help us in order to close the loop of smart energy, that we can act. One is trust. The NIS directive has been adopted. We very much welcome that, and we very much hope that the NIS directive will create this trust by industry, by energy industry, by all kind of other manufacturing industry, to actually dare to take up new innovative technologies, dare to go for innovation. A lot of our clients tell us, yeah, it's great what you have, this internet-enabled sensor system, but I like to stick with my old system, it's safer, I don't want an outage, I know what I have. And what we need to have is regulation and policymakers that not only lock in industry with current technology, but even encourage industry and the energy industry to take up new technologies. That's the first thing, I think, where policymakers have to work. And secondly, it's the famous smart grids. I mean, smart grids is an issue in its own right? I mean, there we really need to smarten up the energy system with millions and further millions of small-scale solar panels and wind panels in the system, with storage coming up. You just need ICT. But again, we're talking here about grids, and grids are natural monopolies, so of course they are very heavily regulated, rightly so. And again, Mr. will propose next month very important legislation on market design, and this one has the right to again encourage grid operators, Roberto might probably tell us much more about that, to take up ICT technologies, to dare closing the loop, not only sensing and analyzing, but actually automating the whole system and acting upon it by creating the right incentive regulation that DSOs and TSOs are actually allowed to invest in ICT technologies or incentivized to do so. So those were the basic measures I want to do. We need policymakers to help us close the loop and Internet of Things in the smart energy system by creating the trust for new technologies and by incentivizing, for example, grid operators to invest in smart technology.